I'm Steve from Nearly Wild, and today I'm with
John Hickman from a YouTube channel called Primitive Ways.
Brilliant, yeah. Well, tell me a little bit about what you do, John.
So I'm really into the primitive skills and ancestral knowledge, and my purpose is to want to learn as many of the skills I can and then pass them on to people so they can enjoy these skills like me. I personally wish I was shown these skills years and years and years ago. As a boy, that's what I was looking for.
Right.
But and I just wish it was more available. The true skills of actually how we got this far. How did our ancestors really live with just the things that were in their own environment?
That's a fascinating story, isn't it? Sorry, I should just mention we're actually at the Wilderness Gathering. John and I have met up here again and having a bit of a chat about all sorts of things. So you might hear a little bit of background noise, a few people wandering past, plenty of kids shouting, having a great time. And I think it just summarises really what John's just said, that important thing of doing this early. Yeah. Let's get kids out, let's have fun with
out
this.
Into nature, get them back connected with nature and get their nature to then stimulate their thought, their intelligence, their curiosity, and because that's where the magic is.
Yeah. John, you were saying something to me earlier about steel, and you've got a bit of a thing about steel. So
I've got a bronze knife here, and it's incredibly beautiful. But what I love about the bronze is this is the material for steel.
Yeah.
So this is not classed as steel, it's classed as minerals. So bronze is copper and tin.
Right.
And obviously it's not hard to steel, but for me this is a period before we kind of really started doing some serious damage. As soon as you create steel, which gives you an edge on a saw, able to build machines, that's kind of the beginning of losing our forests. So this material reminds me of a time before we really, I don't think we quite realised maybe how far it was going to go, but this was before we really did, in my mind, we did a lot of, we've done a lot of mischief with steel, and this reminds me of a very pure time.
Yeah, so I think it's a very pure piece as well, if you don't mind me saying, John. I mean, look at the colour on that, beautiful. And it's just got a really nice feel to it.
It has, yeah. There's really something about it. There really is something about it.
No, I'm very tempted to come and sit with you and learn how to make one of these, because they really are quite something. Are you going to do training? Do you do training?
Yeah, that's basically. I've been spent quite a few years now learning all the skills I want to learn to a level where I'm happy to teach them. So I'm just learning, and I'm almost at that stage now where I'm ready to share it.
I'm looking forward
to
it.
Very passionate about it. I feel like it's my purpose to share these skills. So I look at my life path. I've always been into simple things. I've always had a very simple life, and it's just it's what I've been looking for. These skills is
perfect. What a great opportunity. So tell me, because I know I had to go and poke around over at John's stand and find crazy stuff. I mean, John, what the heck is that apart from a bit of bone?
So it is a piece of bone split in half, but what this is used for, so when you're prepping hides to make your leather clothing or shoes or rope or bags or anything, leather is the most useful material in nature, especially in cold climates.
Right.
Without the modern world, you cannot survive in a cold climate without leather. It's just impossible. You need it. And what this is for is when you're getting the hide out, to clean it up, you lay it over a log coming out of the ground like that. And this is for pushing all the flesh and the fat and for cleaning all the gunk off. And what's particularly good about bone is if you're bark tanning, it's normally like a pair of metal taps on an oak worktop will stain the worktop. And it's the same, if you get any small metal filings off the tool onto your hide, when it mixes with the tannic acid, it leaves these little black spots. So the bone actually
gives you a nice
clean, and you've got no chance of ripping it or anything, But don't get me wrong, some steel tools, what we've been able to do with them is amazing, but the old stuff works, and when you put it down, it turns back into nature.
Right.
It is that's what attracts me so much. Is wow, these are the skills of how to truly look after our world.
Absolutely.
And we really need that now. We can be true caretakers, and I love this place. I really do. I think it's amazing. Animals and the forests and nature. We need to look after this. This is the most amazing thing we've got, and we really need to start respecting it. And for me, learning these skills is the way of showing our utmost appreciation.
Brilliant. So what else have you brought to show? Because
Okay.
these are great.
So this one is a bone scraper. This is for removing, when they say full grain leather, on the outside of all leather, the smooth part of the leather is what they call the grain. So when they say full grain, it's all the layers of the skin left on.
Yeah.
But this tool is for scratching that smooth layer off on the outside to release the fibres underneath. So you can make a really soft, stretchy, but still very strong bit of leather.
Is that buckskin or is that?
Yeah, buckskin, but it's smoke tanned. Like instead
right,
of using
okay.
like the bark to tan it, you're actually using the smoke from a fire. So the removing the grain enables the smoke to penetrate into the hide.
Yeah.
It's one of the oldest forms of leather.
Really?
It's amazing. Just the smoke from a fire can tan leather. It's
Brilliant. And I mean, this scraping is quite hard work.
yeah, it is. It's hard work.
I have to say, I've seen John with his shirt off. It's a bit scary, I'll tell you what. So I know some of these things must be hard work. But
You don't need to go to the gym.
yeah.
But yeah, great tool. And people think bone, how well is it going to work? It works. It's great. Like yeah, fair enough. It needs to sharpen every now and again, but it's easy to sharpen. And once again, when you put it back down, it's just going to remineralise the trees.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's really interesting.
And it looks stunning.
It looks absolutely amazing. Now, John, look, this bag's beautiful. But the other thing I wanted to ask about is this little thing. Which,
That's stunning.
do you know what? For, some of you may be aware, for a while I lived out in East Africa. And you can go into the markets and they make these beautiful grass baskets, all different sizes. Nowadays it's become a bit of a thing for the tourists, so they colour them and you just buy nice pretty pots for the tourists. But actually they all had really important purposes for storage and different things. And this reminds me a little bit of those grass pots. Tell me a bit more about this, John.
So this is a pine needle basket.
Oh,
I remember
wow.
the first time I was like, you can make a basket out of pine needles? No. And yeah, you can. Like, the way I made this was so a piece of bamboo, the hollow section in the middle, fed the pine needles into it to bunch them together, and then you've got to coil them, bend them round, and then wrap round your coil, then round the next layer, back round the bundle, round the next layer, and just coil it round, and then start building up the walls. And
That is
before you know
I have
it,
to say, John,
it's
that is a
amazing,
first
isn't
for
it?
me. That is definitely a first. I've not seen them used like that before.
And the smell.
Where did you come up with this idea from?
So I've learned most of my skills. I came across a gentleman called Tom Brown Jr. And when Tom was 7 years old, his best friend he went to school with, his grandfather was a full-blood displaced Apache scout.
Wow.
And he passed all of his knowledge on to Tom. His mission in life was to preserve as many of the ancient skills as he could and pass them on. And he passed them on to Tom. And I was just, I was into bushcraft, and then the curiosity got the better of me. I was like, they never had all this gear years ago. How did they do it? How did they do it? And at that time, when I was thinking that way, I just came across Tom and saw some of his books, saw a few interviews, and was like, he knows what I want to know. This is the real deal. And so I've had one of his books, and it was in there.
Right.
Incredible books. Amazing story.
Absolutely. Well, John, look, that's been really interesting. For those of you, obviously, it's people like John bringing these traditions back alive and helping us rethink where we're going next. What can we learn from all this stuff in the past? How can we use that to learn how we work better with the environment into the future? I'm really glad that you're going to start doing some training, John, and I know that you're passionate about going and learning from people with years and years of experience and developing your own skills and then passing that on, and this is such an important part of what's happening now. For those of you who are interested, obviously we'll have links to John's YouTube channel, and hopefully John and I will be meeting up again to do some stuff together, maybe show you some of the things that John does. Lovely to meet you, mate.
You too.
Thanks
very much. Cheers.
Thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you liked it, subscribe. If you didn't like it, leave a reason in the comments as to why.